and welcome back to the stream. Alright, yesterday we left off with some sketches, and I hate to say it, but I have recently done a bit more off-screen. I don't hate to say it, I needed to catch up. I still have another one of these designs to do, and... aha! I found my pen. Alright, now that we have this, we're definitely going to have to adjust her face. Now that I'm looking at everything, it looks like this is a bit long, so we're definitely going to have to go under. But, yeah, right now we're just in the inking stage. I do have to fill in where her arm is, otherwise it's just a disembodied hand, and that's no bueno. But until then, let's go ahead and just get right to it. So earlier in the last stream, I talked about having confident lines. This is where that matters, because you want your lines to be clean, and you're not gonna have that unless you're confident. Now there are ways with practice that you can kind of get around making mistakes, and obviously it applies a lot more to digital art than to traditional art, but hey, you know, things translate one way or the other. And yet again, if you hear rustling around at all, that would be the handiwork of my wonderful feline, who just loves to make copious amounts of noise every night, especially while I'm streaming. Seems to be his new favorite pastime, is to just make as much noise as possible anytime I have my camera on. Oop, we don't want to go all the way out there. Alright, oop. What's... ah. There we go. For some reason, that notification completely canceled out my ability to draw. That was an evil notification. Alright, now if there's an angle that you want to get to that you can't, just do what I'm doing here. Click R to rotate that canvas, or if you have it mapped to a hotkey. Helps you reach those tough to reach canvas areas. Now, I don't usually use the rotation super frequently. I know some people are really into that, but I personally like to just kind of angle my hand. Plus, having a display tab, it allows you to kind of just move it around anyway. Let me give that a little bit of a bump, so that way it's showing a little bit more of a 3D shape. Make it a little more real. Alright. Now we are going to color these lines later. But as for now, we'll keep them black, so that way we can we can go back in and easily select them. Simple ear here. Alright, now here's where I'm going to make use of a tool that I haven't used yet, and this is only really for the line work process that this becomes useful. And that is when you have geometric shapes, the biggest benefit is this pen tool here. It becomes a lot more useful I mean, doing these, you can do it by hand, and that's fine if you can. But they are typically a lot more difficult to do. Let me round that off a bit. Then to just stroke. Well, you see, what had happened was, it looks like we actually have one too many here. Let's delete that. Yeah. What happens if we delete? Ooh, what happens if we delete? Oh, nothing. Okay, good. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much exactly what we want. We just need to make sure we're gonna, make sure that's set to the right mode. Get the thickness of the glasses. Go back to your pen tool and stroke that path. Alright. Now for my purposes right now, all I need is the line work. I don't need to, you know, it doesn't need to be anything fancy, but let's see what we're gonna do. Oh, well actually, oh, well, I mean, I'm messing up a whole bunch of stuff here. Okay, let's try this again. Let's go here, and then we're going to use Alt. Oh. Move tool. Alt. Move it here, and then Edit, Transform, and Horizontal. And then we can kind of adjust it. It's the beauty of digital art. And kind of take shortcuts like that. Make it a little easier on yourself. All right. There we go. Make that stick out a bit. These nice almond-shaped eyes. Have her looking directly at the grandmother. And then the beauty of this also, we can go ahead and do that same trick that we used earlier for the glasses. Move this around. And we are going to flip this horizontally, and she's going to look a little derpy, but that's when we do we delete the pupil. We'll go in and erase the pupil, which we could have done before, but, you know, what's the fun in that? Are you really an artist if you don't give yourself more work to do? Probably. Are you a good one? Also probably. Ah. So, it looks like we need to thicken up that pupil a bit. Match the other one. Yeah. We will go in and give her some color and stuff, but for now we're gonna keep it standard. Oop. Alright, close that off, because we're going to need that closed off later. Gonna do some cleanup on the line work. Oop. Not that it's going to be super noticeable once you're zoomed out and all, but I like to make things as clean as possible just to, for my own, you know, self-interest. Because other people might not know it's there, but I will. All right. All right. And then the split in the hair is here. Just kind of give it some shadow there just to help differentiate it. All right, now. Just some quick detail work. Nothing crazy because this isn't going to be the centerpiece or anything, so I do still like to do, you know, details. Because being a 3D artist and a 2D artist, I spend a lot of time in 3D doing details, so a lot of the time it translates to me doing a lot of details in my 2D drawings as well, which is a good and a bad thing. A lot of 2D artists know when to not include the detail and when to include it. And theoretically, I do too. It's just, it's not how I like to work. And that's fine. Everyone has their own path. Well, thanks for the follow, Dev Krishna. And hey, how you doing? All right. Just do some simple lines here for the hair. Variances. Oh, that's great to hear. Anything interesting? Oh, I'm doing great. Just getting some client work done. Enjoying my time, just kind of chilling out, doing some line work. Anything interesting happening tonight? Alright. She has very curly hair, so we're gonna kind of... kind of hint at it here and there. Oh, that's really fun. That sounds awesome. I used to love the machinimas and stuff that they used to make back in the day. It was really fun to watch. Also, the Yogg's cast. Yogg's cast was great too. Alright, and then we're gonna get this secondary bow here. And make this part thicker. Oh, awesome. How long are you giving yourself to do it? Okay, that doesn't quite fit there. We're gonna make that more of a shadow area whenever we're done. Well, if you're just doing an illustration, you can't really go wrong with Photoshop. Photoshop's great, but if you're trying to use like a free program, there's quite a bit out there. I also have, in addition to Photoshop, I use Clip Studio Paint, and they have a free version that's really, really good. I actually prefer Clip Studio Paint to a lot of Photoshop stuff, but Photoshop has one tool that makes everything better, and that is this thing right here, Liquify. It's just so nice, because you could just go in there and then do quick edits to your illustration, kind of push stuff around, drag it, make small little tweaks, and it's really nice. That's the one thing that is exclusive to Photoshop. But if you're just looking for illustration and you don't care about the Liquify tool or what have you, then Clip Studio Paint's a really good alternative. Clip Studio Paint, I believe, they have a free version that you can just use forever. The Pro version is only $50, which isn't really that, it's not that expensive. You get it forever. Like, it's a really good deal, especially for the product that you're getting. Photoshop is a monthly fee. Now, you do get a 30-month free trial, but the Photoshop is a monthly fee of $10 if you get the Lightroom bundle. If you get Photoshop by itself, it's $20, so it's not really smart to get it by itself. I don't use Lightroom because I'm not a photographer, but the bundle makes it cheaper, and that's all I'm looking to do. Alright, now we'll get him finished. Tonight, I'll be doing it most of the night. I do have to switch to 3D soon, or later on, probably towards the end of the stream, because I have a quick fix to do on a project that I was working on. But I'm going to be doing illustrations all night. If you're asking how long have I done illustrations for, professionally, I've only been doing it for 6 years. But I've been drawing my entire life. So that's, yeah. I think I probably picked up my first drawing utensil when I was 3 years old, and I just never put it down. But that's not to say you can't start later on in life either. I know plenty of people who started drawing way later and have made really successful careers doing so. Yeah. Yeah, it's a long time. I think I've been using Photoshop for 9 years now. Alright. Some quick details here. Get this pocket in. Hey, better late than never, you know? It's, like I said, there's plenty of people who I know that started drawing, like, really late in life, and they still, you know, some people started drawing, like, 30-some years old, and still made successful careers. The beauty of starting later in life is that you understand a lot more, and you end up learning really, like, a lot easier than you would as a kid. Because I have been drawing my entire life, but, you know, a lot of that time was just spent drawing whatever I wanted to draw, and not really learning how anatomy works and all sorts of other stuff. Hey, 17's a great age. That's a great age to start, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, it's not necessarily the earlier the better, for sure. That's it's one of those things. Some people have a natural inkling for it, which is great, but I mean, the more important thing is just learning. Watch people that you enjoy, watch people who are successful, and learn from them. That's what you want to do, that's great. It's a little hard to break into the Japanese industry just because Japanese people aren't super receptive to foreigners. But since anime's become such a huge thing now, you can start making, you know, American-made. Like, there's plenty of American-made anime, and anime, you know, showing up in all sorts of different countries at this point. So if that's what you want to do, go for it. Just study other people who are in the industry. Yeah, everyone's bad at first, man. I mean, that's how it works. Hell, I mean, a lot of the times I'd still consider myself bad in a lot of aspects. But that's what improvement's for. Like, I know anatomy and I know everything, but there's still some aspects to my style that I'd love to change. Hey, if you can, then go for it. That is a great thing to, you know, if you have a dream, fucking shoot for it. I have no doubt that it could definitely be done. Yeah, I actually started out drawing anime a lot of the time, but eventually moved to other styles. I have like a variety of different styles that I draw in. Let's actually go here, and we're gonna add just a couple. Just a couple fuzzies, little hairs here and there. Yeah. I mean, that's probably the best case scenario, right? Not a lot of competition, but there's a market for it for sure. I mean, anime is getting huge, and I'm like, if you don't do it, I guarantee you someone else is gonna do it too. You know, somewhere down the road. Oop. What's the animation market like out in India? I know you guys have Bollywood and whatnot, but I don't know much about the animation industry over there. Oh yeah, I stream games all the time. But it's work before play, as they say. I usually stream, my main streaming days for games are on Sundays when I'm taking a break from work. I stream Among Us, and I also do League of Legends. I haven't done a lot of League of Legends lately, but I do it every once in a while. When I feel up to it. But Among Us is the main game that I've been streaming lately, because I just enjoy it a lot. Man, shoot for the stars, dude. I believe that you could definitely do it for sure. Yeah, Among Us is a great game. I mean, like, you could try. People in stream try to join all the time. I've noticed that it becomes a bit of a pain just because lobbies fill up really quickly. A lot of the times I'm playing casuals, and if I'm not playing casual, then I usually play with other streamers, and then the lobby's full, and yeah. But if we can, I wouldn't mind playing. Oh yeah, you did mention that. So what do you stream for the most part? Just Minecraft, or what do you what's your main thing? Ooh. It's lagging behind a little bit. Oh, that's a lot. That's really cool, though. Do you make YouTube videos too? You said you do a lot of editing, right? So, you edit for YouTube videos, or do you just do it for fun, or what? Yeah, it's a good idea, man. They say the best way to grow as a streamer is to make YouTube content, or just content in general, because Twitch is pretty difficult to get discovered on. So it's easier to get discovered on other sites. I'm not too worried about that right now, just because, I mean, I'm mainly using Twitch so I can talk to people while I do my work. But it's been fun. I do make YouTube videos occasionally, or I do like one a week at this point. I might get to do more later on, but that's what I'm working with for now. Oh, it's should be in the About Me section. It should be the same as my channel name here on Twitch, Seanhoff Art. Yeah? Are you just gonna make like a backlog of content first and then start uploading, or? Oh, it isn't? Well, it should just be the same as my channel name on Twitch, so Seanhoff Art on YouTube. Oh! You've jumped platforms. Yeah, I dual stream, so I have it on YouTube and on Twitch. Nothing much, my man. Yeah, I mean, it's not hard to set up. All you got to do is get Streamlabs, and then I mean, it's like a monthly subscription or whatever, but it's pretty cheap, and you get a bunch of overlays and stuff with it. So, it's pretty cool. Alright, we're just about done with this line work. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Yeah, I actually have I have an Among Us video that I released 2 days ago, I think. I think it turned out pretty well. Oh, yeah. Yes, I am a voice actor. I do that more as a hobby than like a profession. I'm more of like, I mean, I do it professionally. I could do it for money, but it's more of just something I like to do on the side. It's not really anything that makes me a lot of money, but it's fun to do. Yeah. Yeah, it's really fun. I've had a lot of super interesting projects I've worked on. It's definitely something I'd suggest getting into. I mean, especially with like foreign people. Well, I say foreign, but obviously to me, to you, I'm foreign. But you know what I mean. Like for non-English speakers, it's actually pretty easy to get into because there's such a high demand. But all you need is a good microphone and like a sound, well, not soundproof, but a sound-treated room, which you can get like a bunch of foam panels on Amazon for like $40. The microphone's the expensive part. But I actually got the microphone I'm using now. I got to do voice acting originally, and I just started streaming with it as well. Let's see, I've done voice reads, a lot of comic books, like a lot of motion comics, and then there's a channel on YouTube called Alkaline Animations. I voiced a lot of their characters. They do like a Mobile Legends story mode kind of thing. And then, I mean, just various stuff. I like a lot of the times the clients don't really tell me what it's for. They just kind of give me the lines and tell me how I should say them. But some short films, just a whole bunch. I've done, I think I've done like 30 voice acting roles of various things. But to start doing voice acting, literally all you need to do is get some sort of microphone, and that's it. I mean, there are people of all kinds, or all walks of life, and all different aspects that do it. People with really bad microphones, people with really good microphones, professionals, non-professionals. I mean, obviously, those are kind of the only two options, but yeah, voice acting's super, super simple to get into. You literally just start it. Oh, and for sites, Casting Call Club is really good, and I do a lot of my work on Fiverr. Hey, that's fine. Like I said, there's a huge market for people who are non-native English speakers. Like, I see a lot of stuff for Indians. I see a lot of stuff for Germans. Basically, if you have an accent of any kind, then you're gonna be gold in the voice acting industry. Or if you're a woman, because there's a severe lack of female voice actors, unfortunately. I will warn you, though, it's not a very lucrative business. It doesn't pay you very well. Until you get into the big leagues, and the big leagues aren't really that easy to get into. But it is really fun to do as a hobby. That's for sure. Alright, so we can now delete this sketch. Thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, then definitely just shoot for it, man. That's it's a really fun hobby to have. I haven't gotten a voice acting role in a little while, but I think it's just because COVID's kind of shut a lot of stuff down, so it's made people not too willing to hire recently. Ooh. All right, we're gonna start laying down some flat color. I'm gonna start with a basic skin tone. Oh yeah, I made a. I don't know exactly where you were looking, but yeah, I made all the action figures. Hey, my Fiverr gig's down below. If you, I don't really work for free just because I'm super busy. So anything that needs to take time, I gotta get some money for it. But that said, if you do want people to do any voice acting for that Minecraft movie that you're working on, you can go on Casting Call Club and set up something. There's a ton of people who do that work for free, just to get, just for fun and just to get their name out there. But as for me, I have so many projects that I have to do, like paid projects, that anything that takes time away from that, I'm gonna need to get paid for, I think this skin tone's a bit darker than it needed to be. I'll have to lighten it up for sure. Okay, let's go in here, adjustments, hue and saturation. Bit too red. All right, there we go. We're gonna do a trick with these glasses later, but we're gonna focus on blocking out the colors first. You don't have to worry about getting over the lines at the moment, just because we're gonna go in and color everything else later. Just want to make sure we get all that skin tone. Thank you, SNG Kira, for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hope you stick around. We're just doing a bit of coloring now. Getting this stuff... Oop, that is not a finger. That is hair. We do not color hair the color of skin. At least not as far as I'm aware. Alright. Alright, we're getting there. Do little baby hands. Okay. A little baby face. Yeah. No offense taken. It's all a process. I'm probably gonna adjust the skin tone later too, once I put in the rest of the colors. It's also gonna change a lot once I start adding the different shades and junk, the shadows. So this is gonna be for a t-shirt. So we want to make sure the colors are relatively flat, because they won't show gradations don't show up very well on t-shirts. And that's also something we got to take into consideration when we do color as well. What the color will look like when it's on a shirt. They look really creepy with just like just the skin tone and the non-colored eyes, but the artistic process is something to behold. Oh, how you doing again, Krishna? Did you bring me any? Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm not hungry right now. What'd you get? Ooh. I mean, might need to change out this nib soon. It's getting a little squeaky. Yeah, let me go ahead and do that now. Let me grab. Where are you? There it is. Okay. Yeah. This thing. Hey, that sounds great. That sounds really awesome. Switching out the nib on this pen real quick. But yeah, anytime, whenever you're ready, man. And like I said, a site if you want to get more than just me. There's a site for voice actors, Casting Call Club. You can have people. There's a ton of different voice actors, and you can choose between which one you want. And they audition for your roles. And it's really cool. And a lot of them do it for free. I am just not one of them. Well, maybe one day. But as of right now, I mean, I'm so swamped with work already that adding teaching into the mix would just be it'd be a nightmare. Let me type it in chat real quick, and I'll, that way you can have it. Just add a .com after that, and then you'll be good. Actually, yeah, I think this is more accurate for the color there. And for the eyes, we're gonna do an off-white. So, let us get in here into the finer things. We're gonna make those pink, so we'll go up here. Alright, and then she has blonde hair. So, well, make this a little more brown. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that's a good color. I like that a lot. Nice natural blonde look. Yeah, maybe one day, who knows, if I get popular or whatever, enough people start watching, I can, maybe I'll offer some art teaching services of some kind. Learning animation, that's a tough thing. I mean, there are tons of people on YouTube that can teach you. Now, I went to college for 4 years to learn animation. So it's really it's not something that's very, it's not something quick, I'd say. But, I'd say you can learn the basics, at least, from YouTube and some advanced stuff. There's sites like Skillshare. Skillshare has a lot of animators on there. And then I have one that I've used since I've been in college called Plural Site. But it depends. I actually I have a video on my YouTube channel saying what all the ups are for college. I'm gonna be making one soon to talk about all the downsides. But So as far as like the upsides go, you get a whole ton of people that you can network with, which is it's an incredible thing to have someone to network. And then you get these teachers. Your teachers typically are in the animation industry when you go to college. So it's super useful because you get to learn from people who have experience working in the industry right then and there. But the downsides is that it's expensive, which, that's one aspect to consider, but other than being expensive, it's also not necessary to get a job. So people who have jobs in the animation industry, a lot of them don't actually have degrees in animation. And for me, I have a degree in animation, but I specifically just do character design, 3D and 2D. So I don't even use animation per se, even though I can do it. I'm from Kentucky here in the United States. Well, I'm not from Kentucky, but I live in Kentucky currently. Yeah, that's definitely a personal decision. There's a lot of benefits and a lot of downsides to going to college, but if it's something that you want to do, I think it's worth it, personally. You just gotta pick a good one. Hey, that sounds like prime real estate. I'm surprised animation hasn't gotten big in India. I wonder why that is. You start convincing people to move to India to get jobs in animation. Oop. Alright, let's get this. This bear can be a little bit more cartoony in color. It doesn't have to be... Oop. Interesting. Ah, wait. There we go. For some reason that was acting up on me. Oh, I missed a bit of skin there. Well, there's... you got a good chance. Hey, Zone, how you doing? Maybe we'll make this a little lighter, actually. Yeah, that looks better. Get a good mid-tone instead of something dark. We'll use the dark stuff for the shadows later. All right. Just go ahead and get this all filled in. The stomach's gonna be kind of a lighter brown. Line work and coloring. These are the two things that take the longest out of drawing, I'd say. The sketching process and all that's all. I mean, figuring everything out is the hard part, but doing the line work and the coloring, it takes up the majority of your time when you do art. Alright. So if you ever see prices for people who are artists and their color is way more expensive than their non-colored, that's why. Right? It's so cool. I really think he has a big shot at it, especially since animation's not huge in India right now. He could definitely be the one to do it, man. We could be chatting with one of the most famous people in the world in the future, right now. Wouldn't that be cool? Actually kind of gives me an idea. Do a video analyzing the state of animation in other cultures. I think that'd be an interesting video. Be a fun topic to research for sure. So this whole India thing's got me really interested in how the rest of the world is handling animation. Because I guess really America, China, and Japan are like the main countries when it comes to animation. Alright, now we just gotta do the pants. Just gonna be like an off pink. Yeah. There we go. Make these like a dark gray color for the bottom of the shoes. And then we'll do a, yeah, like a dark purple kinda. Matching the pants, but still differentiating. All right. All right, so that's the base colors for her done. I believe her eyes are brown. And then add a little bit of color there. All right. His eyes are also brown. Her eyes are blue. All right. And I'll have to double check this with all the rest of the references, but fairly certain that's correct. Add a little pocket of red there. Okay. And then something else we're gonna do. We're gonna, ooh. Actually, we don't need to actually do anything to that. So we'll keep that there. And then we'll actually thicken this line up here. She's using makeup. There we go. And then she's a natural redhead. So we're gonna pick kind of like an orangish red color, kind of like right there. Something like that. Now, usually I actually mask this off, but I did not do it this time because I didn't think about it. But that's fine. Go outside the line. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and do that now. So we're gonna oh, that's not what we want to do. Go to the line work layer. Select inverse. And then all right, that actually works really well. And then we will add another layer. Oh, hi. Welcome back. You missed all the nice things we were saying about you earlier. You're talking about how how you could be one of the most famous people in the world one day. Yeah, I mean, think about it. If you end up being the guy who brings animation to India, you could seriously be like one of the most famous people. It'd be insane. I mean, that'd be quite the accomplishment for sure. I'm gonna have to double check these colors eventually. Kinda guessing at the moment, but I'm fairly certain these are the colors, last I checked. Yeah. I have a pretty big dream myself, actually. $10 years. All right. I think you could do it. That's a reasonable time frame, for sure. My dream is to put or make art accessible to everyone. So the problem, America has a big issue with defunding art programs and art classes when you're in school. And I kind of want to make that more of an accessible option. Make an entire, make a school, an after-school program or a college or what have you, and make it accessible to the point to where people can actually choose to go to that school as opposed to like a public school or something. But make it affordable too, because the problem is impoverished areas in America also have an issue with art programs, and I feel like it could help a lot of kids stay out of trouble, Well, thanks for the follow, Yazone. Appreciate it. Yeah, we do, kinda. I mean, like, yours is, I feel like, on a much bigger scale. Like, I want to make, I just want to make it accessible in schools again, and make it, because I feel like so many people have an interest in doing art, and they don't ever go through with it because, and I know I got this all the time when I was younger, is, it's not a real job a lot, and stuff like you should make sure that you learn a skill that you'll actually use, like art isn't something important. And I feel like there's too many people out there that have that view, and I want to change that. I want to make it different. Because art's important, no matter what it is, making music, drawing, doing 3D art, acting, anything that it allows you to express creativity is so important to the world. And I just feel like everyone should be able to express their creativity in one way or the other. But yeah, that's my dream. I'm kind of mapping out what I want to do right now, but I need, it's gonna take a lot of money. So I gotta work that out, but I'm gonna make it happen for sure. Because I feel like America's done a disservice to their to the youth. You know, maybe not just America either. Maybe it's just all over the country or all over the world. You know, it feels like people. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's something I feel like a lot of artists think about, but for some reason, no one's gone out there and done it yet. And I don't know. Kind of want to be the first. I think you should be the first one to bring it to India, because that's it's important. Art's incredible. Yeah, everyone can benefit from art, even if you're not good at it. You know, art is just I feel like the single most important aspect of life. Because I mean, like without art, where would we be? Where would we be? I mean, seriously. Think about how many things were created because of art, and how much things were, you know, the world wouldn't be the same without it. And we should give it the respect it deserves. I appreciate it. I don't know, I've always wanted to do something big, I just never knew what that was. And it was only recently that I really thought about it. And, you know, because whenever I have kids, I want them to grow up in a world that's not boring. Like, who wants a boring world? I mean, think about how much less crime there'd be if everyone had a chance to let out their emotions and let out their frustrations through a creative outlet, you know? And they were taught how to use those outlets. Like, I guarantee you the world would be so much better if everyone got the chance to learn some form of art. And I feel like we're getting to that place with the birth of the internet and how big it's become, but we're still not there yet. And I feel like, you know, we need that push. So let's make a worldwide goal. Bring art to everybody. I want to see kids in third world countries drawing and painting and 3D modeling and making music and doing all sorts of different shit. Went a little crazy there for a second. Kind of got into the other leg. You can do it, man. We can both do it. 10 years from now, I wanna see headlines in the news talking about the guy who brought art, like animation, to India. That way I could look at it and be like, that guy was in my Twitch chat one time. Or who knows? Maybe one day we'll collaborate on some shit, and we can help each other out, help each other achieve our goals. You know? Time will only tell. Hey, take your time. You know, no rush on that. But yeah, it'll be really cool to work on some stuff. I'm interested to see what kind of stories you have. I look forward to working with you, my man. Also has jeans on. We'll make them a little lighter. Oop. That's part of the ribbon. We don't want to do that. All right. Blocking out the colors here is really starting to bring it together, I feel. Starting to look more like an actual picture. Alright. And give him the same color pants. See what time is it? 5:22. Probably gonna end the stream soon. I'm gonna finish blocking out these colors, and then I think we'll call it a night after that. Once we got the flats in there, we can start doing the well, let's pick you. Yeah, it's a good one. Once we got the flat colors in here, we'll be able to... Oh, I can use my brain. We'll be able to do the shadows and everything a lot easier. There we go. That's where I was going eventually. Yeah, I feel like that's the that's kind of what... I don't know, I can't think of a like, if you're an artist, that's kind of just what you do. Like, I make music, like, I have a passion for making music, I have a passion for acting, I have a passion for drawing, I have a passion for 3D, you know, graphic design, something I'm really interested in, you know, just all sorts of stuff. Like, there's, you know, basically, if it's creative, I like it. You know, and I feel like that's that a lot of artists can say the same thing. Because once you're creative and you find out that you can be creative in a bunch of different ways, you just want to do it all. I do have one song on my YouTube channel currently. That's more of a recent one. But last time I made music consistently was whenever I was a teenager. I was in a metal band back in the day. But yeah, music is more of just like that's something, again, I do as when I have the spare time. It's not something I'm gonna do for a living or anything, but it's definitely fun. Oh, actually, we have a trick that we can use here. I'm gonna put this under here, and then we can just kind of go wild. Alright, and then now we can kind of experiment. I'm trying to think of what kind of shoes, like what color shoes. I use Adobe Premiere. That's $20 a month, unfortunately, but every other editing software I've used has just not been anywhere close. Oh, the music. I use FL Studio. It was expensive, but it's a really good program. And I'm glad I got it, because even though it cost a pretty penny, it's still nice to do something I'm passionate about. Alright, and we can merge this down now. Yeah, FL Studio is great, right? We're gonna do an ellipse. I stream basically every day. I don't stream on Saturdays and Tuesdays, but I stream every other day, usually around the same time. Sundays I have a longer stream that I do. On Sundays, I usually stream from about 10 o'clock until 5 o'clock in the morning. So, usually around 7 hours. But, during the weekdays, I'm actually streaming a little longer today than I usually do. I usually stop streaming at around 5. Yeah, writing's actually, currently I'm in the middle of writing a novel. I'm only 2 chapters in, but it's still, yeah, writing is amazing. Like I said, yeah, anything that can express creativity is just so fucking cool. But yeah, you should definitely, I mean, if you're interested in doing YouTube, you should. I mean, you know, there's no harm in it. Worst case scenario, not a whole lot of people find you. Who cares, right? I mean, just do it. If you love it, keep doing it. If you don't love it, don't do it. Simple as that. Alright, and we're going to rasterize that layer. Going to Alright, now we can kind of warp this around. To make it fit where we need it to fit. Hey, no problem, man. That's what I'm here for. I love teaching people about art. It's, you know, one of my biggest it is my biggest passion. Well, hey, man, I can't wait to tune into your streams when I get the chance. Busy, but, you know, it'd be cool. But yeah, man, Yazone, go for it. Fucking early 2021, when you start streaming, just, you know, make YouTube videos when you can. Just edit down your streams or something, you know? Worst case scenario. But I think it'd be really cool. But I've enjoyed talking to the both of you. Finished blocking out the colors on this picture here. Tomorrow we're going to finish, I might do it off stream, but I'm gonna finish the shading and the lighting and everything. And then we're gonna start another picture tomorrow. But I really enjoyed hanging out with you guys. Thank you guys for following. Thank you for subscribing to the YouTube channel and all that. You know, I'm on Twitter and Instagram and all that junk, so... And it should all be in the About Me section if you go down to it. But thanks for hanging out, guys. You have a great night. Stay creative.